Hey there, welcome back to the channel. I am Ramona, and we're doing another video on what's the most bizarre life advice you've been given that has actually worked. So here we go. Ready? Let them fail. It was odd to me at first. If I saw someone screwing up, I would intervene because I cared about the company, result, whatever. Excuse me. But a manager of mine told me to let a difficult manager fail. The only way we could be free of her was to stop saving her ass all the time. If she was walking towards the cliff, let her walk off. I have since used it as a manager myself as problem employees who don't or won't take instruction, advice, or write-ups. More importantly, I have used it with terrible bosses. Finding the boss is always a bad idea. Letting them fail is much easier. Similar to malicious compliance, provided you cover your ass to avoid going down with them. It applies to personal relationships too. Family members, friends, etc. Some people will only learn the hard way. Sacrificing on behalf of others makes you happier when you never would have been if you only considered it your own happiness and acted selfishly. Morality and love is written on your soul, and you just can't ignore it. You have to do the right thing always, no excuses, for the best, peaceful life. You can't escape moral judgment from your conscience. When you don't want to do something with friends or my wife, I remember reading. Imagine you're 90 years old. Everyone who you know is gone and your body is weak. You've magically been transported to this moment to relive it. Are you still going to say no? It helps me try new things without worrying, even if I'm tired or just want to be a couch potato. I've yet to regret it. The owner of a comic book shop I used to basically live at once told me after I came in upset after a breakup. Sometimes you gotta go outside and let the grass and feel the grass on your feet. It didn't really seem to suit my problem at the time, but now I realize what he's really saying was that I was just taking for granted all the small, simple pleasures in life, and those don't have to disappear just because you're upset. I also kind of interpreted it as stay connected with reality and get out of your head. I think that's important for a lot of people, including myself. I had an old manager that would say every single person you meet has one interesting thing about them. It's changed my point of view for the better when connecting with people. It's nothing I hadn't read before, but on Schitt's Creek, Alexis says to David, her brother, stressing from the social anxiety, "No one thinks about you in the way you think about you." And she's so right. They absolutely don't. Clue? Don't fake it until you make it. Just start being the person you intend to be. No faking, just better choices. Foods don't have to be reserved for specific times of day. You can eat breakfast foods for dinner and even dinner foods for breakfast. This is basically helpful if you're going through a tough time and a lot of foods don't appeal to you. You can eat your favorite food whenever you want, even if it doesn't make sense. I got burned by a fire at Wendy's, and management gave me ointment and a band-aid. A customer walks in a few hours later and notices. He said to me, "If you would have died today, they would have been posting your job within the same day." I walked out and never let any job get over on me ever again. Years ago, a friend told me the minute I step out of my house to I return, I should live my life like I am being watched. That is so true nowadays. There are cameras everywhere. Oh, that's kind of creepy, but yeah, you're not wrong, but you know. One of them is to talk to my bosses as if they're 5 years old. A lot of management fail up into their positions. Holy crap, that's true. So never assume competence. This has saved me so much stress, extra work, and misunderstandings. If you think you're having an insane thought, but aren't sure, say it out loud. Honestly, it totally works. Sometimes I realize I'm catastrophizing things only after I say it out loud, and sometimes I realize I'm panicked in the exact right amount. The first year you marry, don't do anything well that you don't want to be doing forever. My grandmother told me this, and I found it mostly correct. Habits and expectations are hard to overcome. Be careful what you're good at. Took me a minute, but they were 100% spot on. You can lose an eye once and still see. You can lose two eyes and you're blind. Always wear your safety glasses. Carrying keys on different rings, car keys on one, house key mailbox on another. It's extremely efficient. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. Oh, and another one. If she is bad-mouthing someone, your turn will come sooner or later. You may not be immune to their misplaced loyalty. Or you will not be immune. Girlfriend, you need to get properly effed. I know you think no one will F you because your ex-husband wouldn't, but you're wrong. Find a clean guy to F you and see what happens. Okay then. Go into things with zero expectations. What if I mess up on the application or lose out on my dream job? What if I'm too awkward asking for a person out and miss out on my soulmate? What if I move away and it doesn't work out? Putting high stakes on things would just scare me away from trying. Reversing that mindset is so freeing. Chew your food 30 times before swallowing. It can actually aid digestion and make you more mindful of your eating habits. We all get wiser with time. The trick is to get smart early. There are very few things you can be too old to do. Unless you want to be an Olympic athlete or a professional clothes model, you have plenty of time. Pray about it. There's two. One, sometimes you just have to out-crazy the crazy person. AKA, if someone is trying to frighten, intimidate you by saying or doing creepy or off-putting things, forget social norms and act crazy right back. The only thing you'll get a crazy person to understand to leave you alone is to be more crazy than they are. Two, this isn't a quote, just something I've noticed. But if you want to get someone to agree with you, try using the same kinds of words, phrases as them. Like if you're trying to convince someone to do something, you use a word or phrase you know is their favorite. 9 out of 10 times, if they're in a piss mood, they will actually laugh and cheer up a bit. And they're thinking, hey, this is what I always say. Maybe it shows them you know them too well? Not sure, but it does work. Eat less meals a day when I got sick of cooking and cleaning. It worked and also helped me lose weight. Win-win. Going to bed isn't the end of the day, it's the start of tomorrow. This helped me look forward to sleeping because it set me up for a super productive tomorrow. There are old pilots. There are bold pilots. But there are no old, bold pilots. Over the years, that piece of wisdom went far beyond its original intent. Slow is steady. Steady is fast. Being told to slow down at work was bizarre, but their point was correct. Stop rushing and less mistakes happen. Do it right the first time. Speed will come. If you have a sty or a swollen eyelid, put milk on it. Works every single time for me. I just put some milk on a Q-tip and dab it on the sty. When making a major life decision, go with your heart, not your head. Do what you love and or will love. What brings you joy, not what's practical. Make life worth living. In the end, everyone wants their benefit, but you must use it for your own benefit. Best advice from my uncle. No one told me this, but I figured it out after my last failed relationship. The best things come when you stop looking for it. So I do believe it's true because I found my husband when I stopped looking for Mr. Right. Had my beautiful daughter when I stopped trying so hard to get pregnant. Smell good, look good, feel good. Essentially, if you're feeling sad, take a shower, put on lotion, style your hair, brush your teeth, floss, put on clothes you feel good in, wear good deodorant, wear some good cologne. Doesn't fully help you with being sad, but the change it makes is wildly underrated. Marriage is never 50-50. There are points in all marriages where you need to give more because your parented can't, and I'm assuming that's supposed to be partner can't, and there will be times you need more. Issues happen when it stops looking like a sound wave and start looking like an imbalanced line. Wait until morning when you can see the sun. Want to hurt yourself? Roommates doing stick and pokes at 3 a.m.? Ordering $600 worth of stuff? Drop out of school? Wait until you can see the sun, then decide if you still want to do it. If you're angry, drink some water. It actually works. As a kid, I never understood how great this advice from my dad was when he said it. Being good at your job matters very little in most occupations, and then explained and taught me how to develop the skills that would actually get me promoted. I had a really hard time with my daughter not sleeping through the night when she was a baby. A childless coworker of mine told me to surround my daughter with binkies in the crib like a clock. It worked. Act like you already know what you want to become. It's simple, but effective. So there we go. Hopefully some of that advice has resonated with you. Or maybe you have some of your own. Leave a comment down there and share your own bizarre life advice if it works. Well, even if it doesn't work, share it anyway. You get a laugh. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Go check out another one. There's plenty on the channel. And we will talk to you later. Bye.